You might think we've come a long way from the 17th century, and in many ways you'd be right. But the way we process reconciliations is still rooted in the past. During the 1700s, time was required for physical stock certificates and cash to be cleared or exchanged from the London and Amsterdam stock exchanges. This led to a standard settlement period of 14 days, which was the time it usually took for a courier to make the journey. A process known as delivery versus payment. Amazingly, T+14 was the standard for almost 200 years before the advent of new technology in the 1980s reduced it to T+5. With the advent of electronic settlement, an increase in the volume of transactions and new markets being opened, so did the possibility of catastrophic risk. In 1995, the 200-year-old Barings Bank was brought down. Even the Bank of England couldn't bail them out. Despite more efficient processing, history repeated itself in 2007 with a systemic failure of the banking system and global financial markets. Since then, the world is a very different place. The days of "my word is my bond" have been replaced with a general lack of trust. Regulators are looking to ensure that senior individuals are being held accountable for the actions of the organisation. Traditional reconciliations do not fit today's world. The solution many institutions came up with was the UDA, in-house written code, spreadsheets or databases. But they are poor in providing audit, security and proving evidence of controls. As well as poor data input and output control, it's an unwelcome return to the bad old days of the tick and bash system. Continued reliance upon UDAs is costly, risky, and no longer acceptable. So, financial institutions were left with two alternatives: rigid but inflexible products, or flexible but unreliable UDAs. Which is where our CTC comes in. Our Claretti transaction control reduces operational risk, reduces financial transaction loss events, and optimizes business performance. The second a new financial product is created, real-time business-driven controls can be put in place. And what does this mean? Errors can be identified and rectified right from the start of the business cycle. We're talking T+0. Now more than ever, it's as much about prevention as detection. So, go to Gresham Computing for more information.